I submitted some of the worst quality Pokemon cards in my entire collection to get graded, and what I got blew my mind.
And we begin with all of these Pokemon cards right here, which, as you can see, some of them a little beat up. Okay, we're gonna place a stack down here. Let's go over each one by one. Starting with an insane Shining Gyarados. This is actually one of my, if not my favorite Pokemon card ever. It's a holographic Shining Gyarados from Neo Revelation. This is a very expensive card, a hard one to pull. It is destroyed. As you can see, there's like a little, there's like a cut in the card there. The top of the card is all whitened up. It is really, like there's whitening on the bottom left. This card is in really, really poor condition. The front of it, I was gonna say the front of it doesn't look so bad. Do you see the scratch marks on that holofoil? Let me see if you see that. Oh, there's a pinhole in the left side of it. Look, there's a hole in there, dude. This is destroyed. Next one up, we've got this first edition Neo Revelation as well, a Neo Revelation holographic Chansey. It's not in a sleeve, and it has felt the effects of it. The top of the card is destroyed. There's dents in it. The bottom of the card too here. Kind of shining the light on it like this shows it a little bit, but there are basically scratch marks up, down, sideways, all around, but this has just been worn and torn. This is gonna get like a PSA 3. All right, we've got another first edition, another first edition Neo Holo. This is a first edition Neo Genesis, Azumarill Holo. Also, the front completely destroyed. This one's annihilated. Then we've got a, oh my God, this is a base set holographic Alakazam. Same thing you're gonna see with a lot of these cards. Actually, on the sides here, it is really worn. It looks like just kind of like years of basically pulling this card in and out of binders. The top here as well, it's like it's almost like the yellow is peeled back a little bit in the bottom. You can kind of see this like silvery glow on the bottom. It looks like just years and years of the card being put in and out of binders without proper protection. The sides are destroyed. The bottom left is destroyed. Jake, this one's not looking good. What's up, dude? Is that a cookie? Now we've got a really cool one. This is a Japanese Neo Genesis holographic Meganium. Really scratched up on the surface. There's print lines all over that thing, or scratch lines. Oh my God, look at the back. Oh my God, that is destroyed. Oh man, this hurts my soul. It is a holographic Dragonite from Fossil. This is one of my favorite cards ever. And oh my God, can you see the print lines on that? Please tell me you can see the print lines. I'm trying to use the light here to like help that. There are so many print lines in scratches on the holo. This is like PSA 1. Oh, this is beautiful. Neo Destiny Light Arcanine holographic. This is actually the only, I think the only Light Arcanine card ever. Because Light Pokemon, I think, were introduced and then never reintroduced in Neo Destiny. So that's a very cool card, a really cool piece of Pokemon history. Back is just kind of banged up, your standard scratches, and the holofoil on the front, it doesn't look all that great. Oh God, this is probably the worst condition card we have today, maybe. This is a Shining Kabutops from Neo Destiny. This card has literally been bent in half, dude. Do you see that? Oh my God, look at the back of this card. I've never seen this before, even on modern cards. I've ripped Pokemon cards in half, and I have not seen them in this bad of quality. It's like destroyed and folded here. There's a huge fold line there. The corners are all ripped. Oh my God. This might be the worst quality Pokemon card I've definitely ever sent in for grading. Shining Kabutops, come back a 1 for us. Oh man, look at this. A Neo Genesis Lugia. This is the first edition version, that is one of the most expensive cards in the entire world of Pokemon trading cards. And here is the, oh my God, the holofoil. Please tell me you can see the vertical up and down. Look at that. Look at those scratch marks, bro. What happened? Whose cat ate this? This is not gonna grade high. All right, we've got another first edition holographic. This is a first edition Neo Genesis holographic Ampharos. Definitely a valuable card at a PSA 10. We're definitely not getting a PSA 10 on this. I mean, the card is it's literally bent. Look, there's like a bend crease mark right there. Look at that. It's destroyed, bro. Vertically, there's bend marks on crease marks on the side of the card. The back is just annihilated, brother. All right, who's up? It's a Neo Destiny Dark Tyranitar Holo. I mean, the card is beautiful, but this is destroyed. I mean, you can see it as well. There's imprints all over the holofoil. The back of the card, I mean, look at the corner on the bottom here would ding it like 7 points. This is completely worn and torn and tattered. And then, oh my God, I can't believe we have this today, bro. A Shining Tyranitar from Neo Destiny. This is an insane card to have, a very historic, awesome card. Shining Tyranitar. Again, unfortunately with this, as you can see, there's like this big crease mark on the left side there where the card was just kind of bent, and then the corners are just busted. Ah, look at the bottom, dude. Absolutely busted, but really cool card. I hope it gets like a 2. Now we got ourselves a first edition. Oh, nice. First edition holographic Houndoom from Neo Discovery, and look at the swirl right by Houndoom's mouth. That is gorgeous. Really, when you look at like old cards like this, you start to appreciate how nice high quality holographic vintage cards are because of the print lines. There are so many scratches and little lines and like little imperfections on the front of this card. So to get a PSA 10 for a vintage card, it's really hard because these things are really easy to scratch up. Now we've got ourselves an absolutely annihilated holographic Smeargle. It's been bent in the, right there, the top left has been, the card has been bent. There's scratch marks everywhere. The corners are destroyed. And then we've got right here our holographic New Revelation Politoed, which same old, the holofoil is scratched beyond belief. And the card is just beat up, man. So we've got a stack of cards. Let's see what we get for grades.
Now to get the cards graded, which I found the cheat code for. And while I explain that, I'm gonna try to pull a Giratina V alternate art worth over $700 at a PSA 10, which is why you should grade your cards. Now, all the cards in today's video are being graded by our sponsor and our homies, KK Sports Cards. And there's a huge reason as to why we grade with them. The link to them, by the way, is down in the description below. Okay, pack number 1. For starters, grading your Pokemon cards is just super worth it, especially if you're considering selling them, keeping them safe, or just building a super cool collection. Spectrier. And the best way to grade them with the company PSA, which is the world's #1 grading company, is through KK Sports Cards. I'll explain why. And again, I grade all my cards with them. They basically make the grading process super duper easy and streamlined for you, and it could be a really annoying process with a lot of hidden feeds and random stuff. Clefable, wait, there's a hit in this. It's all right, a Kyurem VMAX. All you have to do to grade your cards with KK Sports Cards is create an account, fill out some shipping and payment information, obviously, then select how many cards you want to get graded and at what tier, and I usually do the $19 per card option personally. Then just send them off for grading like I did with my worst quality Pokemon cards, and we're gonna reveal the grades of that in a second. KK Sports Cards also has just incredible pricing and overall convenience, allowing you to skip all the annoying parts of grading cards like memberships, hidden fees for not inputting data correctly, which is crazy, and minimum quantity of cards. Spiritomb, which is why nearly 1 million cards have been graded with KK Sports Cards. They're a trustworthy site, and again, I use them for my stuff. So check the link in the description down below to get started with your grading journey with KK Sports Cards, and let's see if we can get a Giratina out of these last couple of packs. Hold on, come on, I wanna send, I actually traded a Giratina alt art recently. Greedent, okay, come on, Pikachu. Let's see it. Oh, Arcanine. It's Raichu. Ooh, Rotom. And Glysaur. Well, now let's go reveal our grades that we got. And here they are. 2 big stacks of our worst quality Pokemon cards graded with KK Sports Cards. I am terrified of this. I'm terrified because I actually, on accident, paid for a really premium grading service where we got over-the-counter grading with PSA. So I spent a lot of money to grade each card on accident. Which means we got them back quicker, but also means that getting a first edition holographic Blissey from, what is this, Neo Revelation, it needs to be like an 8 or above in order for this to have made money and made sense. So first edition Blissey Holo coming back at a PSA 4. Oh God, dude. That's a bit on the rough side. Okay, but that's just card number 1. All right, let's look at the next slab right here. The quality in the back, I can already see it. It's really rough. The bottom is just destroyed. So what's it going to be? Oh, it's the base set Alakazam holographic. Definitely a beautiful Pokemon card. Also at a PSA 4. It seems like 4 is the magic number today. That slab was destroyed. Not nearly as destroyed as this one here. This card has whitening all around the edges. I don't know if you can see this, but that is in really, really like rough condition. Okay, well, what card is it? It's our first edition Neo Genesis Azumarill. Dude, these are really sick Pokemon cards, man. But is the grade sick? It's another 4. I have no idea what a PSA 4 goes for, but it's not what we paid to get it graded, let alone buy it. Oh God, this card is just in rough condition. Look at this. This will be interesting. And it's a Neo Discovery Holo Smeargle. I'm pretty sure at first edition, this is the second most expensive card in the entire set. But not this one because it's got a huge bend line here. It's got like a smudge on the top. It's a PSA 1. Let's go. We got our first PSA 1. Honestly, listen, the grades for this video are gonna be rock bottom. So getting PSA 1s are kind of rare because nobody in their right mind would spend money to grade this bad of a quality of card, but me. Subscribe, please, if you're enjoying. We're actually almost at 100,000 subscribers here on the YouTube channel. So seriously, if you have not hit that sub button, definitely hit that and help get us to that goal, which will help pay for this Politoed holographic from Neo Discovery, which came back at a 1.5. That's a thing? You can do that at PSA? Give a 1.5? How's that even real? PSA 1.5. Bro, that's kind of hilarious. Okay, oh my God, I mean, you could see it on this card. Benmark. What is this? It's a first edition Neo Genesis Holo, bro. You know, this makes you think as well, how many really, really valuable Pokemon cards are there out there that are just destroyed and will come back at a PSA 1 if you were to grade them. Oh my God. Like most cards that have ever been printed, especially most vintage cards, just weren't maintained in quality, which makes sense because, you know, you play with them, you collect them, you throw them around. It's been 20 years since this card came out. 23 years, actually. So this is like what like the average probably card looks like, a PSA 1. I would say we're doing pretty good right now. Also too, we have not ran into any of the super crazy cards that we got graded, like any of the shinings, but maybe we start here. Oh my God, this card is not going to grade high, but it will grade, and it's, oh God, the Dark Tyranitar. This is a Neo Destiny Unlimited Dark Tyranitar. I have never seen a card like this in worse quality, bro. This is so bad. PSA 2, wow, I'm shocked. You know what, that's weird because this is in way worse quality than the other cards are, but I guess we'll take a PSA 2. I feel like the pop for these, like at PSA 1s and 2s, are probably pretty low. So honestly, even though these cards are destroyed, they're probably still rare. And this one, much better quality, much better condition. It's the Wobbuffet from Neo Discovery, the holographic Wobbuffet. What? Oh my God, I didn't even see that. Do you see that? Look right there. It's like, there's the crease mark, but look how bad it is on the front, bro. It's like somebody literally took a bite out of that. Okay, PSA 2, that makes sense. Next up, this card is just literally destroyed around the edges. This is just sad to look at in a way. Oh, it's a shining Tyranitar. Oh, my poor boy. Oh my God, look at the scratch marks on there. Look at that. There's no way this isn't a PSA 1. Yeah, there we go. PSA 1. If there was a PSA 0 grade, this card would get that. PSA 1 though, shining Tyranitar, that's, again, a really cool thing. Okay, we're getting through the last of the first stack here. It's rough. This card's rough. It's a Jumpluff holographic from Neo Genesis, coming back at a PSA 3. All right. Listen, the fun part about this video is the fact that all of these cards are like vintage and vintage holos, and like really expensive cards if they were graded well. Like this Neo Revelation holographic Houndoom, I know is a super expensive card, more so at a PSA first edition. PSA 10, but it's going to come back at a PSA 4 as an unlimited. But we do have some first editions and probably some more first editions as well in the rest of this stack. So curious to see what else we get. This card looks pretty roughed up, but not super duper bad. It's a Neo Genesis holographic Kingdra at a PSA 4. It seems like fours and ones is kind of like what we're landing on today. And this one too, if I had to guess, this probably was a PSA 4 as well. Looking at the back, definitely roughed up. Not terrible though. Oh man, this is one of my favorite Pokemon cards ever. Gyarados. This is one of the first ever shiny Pokemon to be printed as a Pokemon card. And actually, it was the first shiny Pokemon in Pokemon Go. Well, Magikarp and Gyarados were. So we got on this guy a PSA 4. All right, I called the 4. Dude, this is beautiful, bro. Shining Gyarados. God, I love this card. That is so sick. Okay, next up. Let's see what we got on this one. Oh my God. The Neo Genesis holographic Lugia. It's not a first edition, but I mean, the holofoil is beautiful. It is, oh my God, my brother in Christ. This thing is scratched to smithereens. That's rough, and it's gonna come back. Oh, it's all dirty around the edges. A PSA 4. Honestly, for this card, I was kind of hoping for a PSA 1 because I feel like that would be a lot more valuable than a 4, but that's cool though. Man, that is a very, very historic card. Okay, next up. This definitely looks beat up. Oh, nice. Actually, Dragonite's one of my favorite Pokemon ever, and this is definitely one of my favorite cards of it printed. It's just really, really cool. Like the rainbow vibrant background. It's from Fossil. I really like Fossil. It's like cute and like, ooh, you know? And it's ooh-wooing at a PSA 5. That's our first PSA 5 of the day. The Dragonite Holo. Very cool. And speaking of our first, this is our first Japanese card today. Is that the only? Our first and, oh my God, the last card that we're gonna show, listen. The last card that we're gonna show is by far the worst quality card I've ever graded in my entire life. But this card, this Japanese one, and Japanese, oh, it's Meganium, cool. Japanese cards are typically printed at significantly higher quality than English cards, so getting high grades in Japanese is much more common, except for today, where we get a PSA 3 on this Japanese Meganium holographic. All right, we've got 2 more cards to go, and again, that last card is abysmal. It's gotta be a PSA 0, and I'm curious what Pokemon it is. Ooh, speaking of first edition holos, here we are with a first edition holographic Houndoom from Neo Discovery, an expensive card, but it's not that expensive at a PSA 1.5. Bro, what is a 1.5? How do you even get a PSA 1.5? I didn't, it's so weird. But a 1.5, that's gotta be a low population though, right? Like that's gotta be rare. Okay, here it is. Look at that card, bro. This is, I have never seen a worse quality card. This is insane, dude. This is busted, bro. This card has been worn and torn over the years, and it is going to be a shining Kabutops that has been literally bent in half, bro. Who did this? It was bent in half like this way and this way, bro. That is insane. All right, Shining Kabutops bent in half for my favorite set, Neo Destiny. Again, if you enjoyed the video today, appreciate you watching. Make sure to subscribe to get us to 100,000 subs, which is insane. We're almost there. And check out KK Sports Cards to get your cards graded. Link in the description. Bam! PSA 1 on the Shining Kabutops, our last worst quality card. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.